So today there was a conference at work, and there was a bunch of people. I don't know if they're locals or from out of town, but a lot of Koreans. There's some Koreans that live here long term, and then there are some that just come in for conferences and this and that. Um, but yeah, I was listening to some of what was going on there. The music was exceptional, and so was the prayer time. Koreans are known for their intensity when it comes to prayer, and I think it is generally quite effective. So it is a privilege to work among them and to see this, and it's an encouragement to me that makes me want to, take things to the next level, take God more seriously, and live my life in a more productive way. And so there is a little bit of a contrast though in Korean society, and that is there's quite a bit of a difference between the church attending group and those that are not active in the church or in Gong's Kingdom. And there are some people who are Christians who just haven't really found the church home, but they still reside here in Vietnam, and they may do some things for God. So it is quite an interesting microcosm. After the pandemic, it's speculated that during that time, 2/3 of Koreans left Ho Chi Minh City area, maybe / Vietnam. I'm not sure if some migrated to different parts of Vietnam. The economy is not the same due to exchange rates. I guess that's one of the issues. Right now, Japan has become relatively much cheaper to live than it used to be. So I think Koreans who are looking to work in another, or live and travel in another country besides Korea, a lot of them are looking to Japan right now. And Vietnam, they don't have as favorable as a rate for the Koreans for the exchange rate. So it's not as beneficial unless you've got a profitable business or a really good job. And the social system in Korea, they take care of their own pretty reasonably well. So, and the job opportunities are there to a degree. So a lot of people just staying in Korea or going somewhere else, going abroad somewhere else. And a lot of them are becoming global citizens. So it's kind of sad to see, in a way, to see the Korean population diminish here in Vietnam, because they have had such a profound impact on the country's development and just the culture here, the society. When you talk about anything like food or business, or when it comes to developing like roads or subways or this or that, Koreans have kind of led the way in a lot of things in Asia. And right now they're quite expensive place to live, So to see that influence decrease is sad. But then when I see the missionaries and the church workers here in Vietnam among the Koreans, and I see their fervor, their praying, their intensity, their worship, and their hard work for God, that kind of encourages me, because I think, Vietnam still has those people, and maybe not all of them are staying here, but they're visiting. So I think Vietnam has good prospects for the future, because there are some incredible people working behind the scenes, and I am in the lucky place where I can help support them and be among them. So I encourage you, wherever you are at, whatever country you're in, find a community, a people group that you can connect with. It might be your own people group, it might be a different people group. It doesn't really matter as long as you can contribute something to the community. And it might not be a ethnic group, it might be a cultural group, it might be an interest group. But you know how Paul said he became like the Jews to win the Jews? We have to become like all people to win them. So somehow we have to connect with people. I can also see another good example here, and that is Agape Church in District 3. They're doing a lot of good outreach. They've always done that among the Vietnamese and foreigners. And they've always been so welcoming and freely giving gifts to visitors as well as people in need in many situations, you know, through the COVID crisis, through the challenging times of the years of holidays around Tet, you know, where people are struggling financially. They've been there for them, and they're pillars in the community, like many churches are, but they're definitely a light in the darkness. So I tend to go to their evening service on Sunday nights because I see their profound impact. So find a home church, and you know, rather than complain about, hey, no, churches are good, or there's just hypocrites or whatever. Well, you can be part of that mess, and you can improve it. And you can be, if you think you know better, you can get some training, or maybe you have it already, and you can help be part of the leadership, or just be in a certain club or group and help kind of organize things a bit, you know. I don't know why people complain about organized religion, you know. They'd rather have it disorganized, but Satan wants to destroy the church and God's people. So we need to band together and work towards a common purpose. So improving Vietnam in whatever way we can, that's a great thing, you know? So find something to do, something to be active in, whether that's a hobby or like a certain age group that you connect with, either your own or another one if you want to be a leader. And just go forth, man. You know, Jesus gave us the Great Commission, and we need to do that. We need to go into the world, and whether that be online or in person, whether that be in our neighborhood or across the world, doesn't really matter. We need to do it. We need to keep God's commission and obey Him. And that also means straightening up your own life. If you got things in the closet you got to clean up, and that's a challenge for all of us. It is a incremental process, but we call that sanctification, or we can become holier as we give up our worldliness and become more like Christ. So I'm looking forward to seeing what God's going to be doing in Vietnam this year. And I hope that you guys can contribute to where you are so that we can see a change, an improvement in your areas as well. God bless you. I pray that God will keep you safe and well and productive and fruitful in everything you do. Just remember that God's on your side. It doesn't matter who's against you. You're still going to win in the end. That's the bottom line.